Yay. Could you hear that music? That was my daughter. She's literally right behind the wall. She's like, Mommy, can I please play the Christmas song before we start? Joelle, you want to come out here? Good job. Good job, sis. Well, you missed her. Here she is. So my daughter's been playing piano, and we sent a little, she does this all by ear. She just plays melodies, and we sent some to our famwa, right?
Yeah.
And famwa said, oh, I can't wait till she's playing Christmas songs. So she said, oh, watch, Mom, I can. So very fun. Okay, sis, that's enough for now. So welcome to KJ's Kitchen. Thank you. We are a little delayed today because as I was prepping the kitchen about 10 minutes till noon, I realized I don't have a very main ingredient. I meant to get to the store last night. Being a tired mom, said, oh, I'll do it in the morning. This morning, being a mom, completely blanked out, spaced out. So Joelle and I hightailed it to the store. We got back. We are ready to show you a 10-minute dinner. Okay. Have you ever been like, okay, I can't make dinner. What am I going to do? Throw something frozen in the oven? Still, that takes 25 minutes easy, right? This dinner is amazing, literally on your table in 10 minutes. I want someone to set a timer right now, right?
I will.
Let's check. Let's test. Echo, set timer, 10 minutes. Are we ready? Set. Before you got on, I heated oil in my little wok pan. You could do any kind of pan. This just happens to be a nonstick wok.
Mama, right there, looks like you put...
I used organic coconut oil. And we're going to start with, this is so fresh and delicious and so nourishing. Step back, don't get your knife. I have a knife in my hand. I do not need my daughter's finger chopped off, especially on camera. I'm starting with 2 cloves of garlic chopped. And 1 inch by 1/2 inch. I'd say that's what that is. It's about equivalent to 2 cloves size of fresh ginger. And I chopped the fresh ginger as well. And I'm just going to knock those into the hot oil.
Even though the ginger is not sweet, I love it.
So good.
Mom, can I
Ginger and garlic. So healing. I'm just going to let that, sis, that has some skin on it. So you're just going to want to wait a second.
It's okay.
I'm going to let that saute up and get a little golden and translucent. So here's what we're making today. If you don't love, it is not. If you don't love tuna, this is ahi tuna, then maybe you're not going to love today's recipe. But these are tuna steaks. Now, I want to tell you, if you subscribe to KJ's Kitchen, you know very well, I kind of get very eked out what they call fresh meat and fresh fish because it took so long to get it from its source to manufacturing, to the truck, to the store, then sat on the aisle till when you bought it, sits in your fridge another day or two. To me, that is not considered fresh. So unless we are living on the coast, I prefer frozen fish.
And I need
of course, always wild caught. So I found this little ditty. This is 12 ounces of tuna steak. Ahi tuna steak, wild caught, sushi quality.
Sushi?
It came in this type of bag at Aldi's. And this bag for 12 ounces was, I don't know, $4.89. It was definitely under $5. And it is sushi quality. They came as individually wrapped. To defrost this, last night I just unwrapped each one, sat it on a plate, put a covering over this, stuck it in the fridge. It was ready for me today. These take no time to cook. So,
I need to tell them.
it's about the base that we're putting it on that's going to make this tasty, delicious, and nourishing. Joelle's going to show you something.
I drew this.
Ooh, you colored it.
Yeah, colored.
Colored it. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We're so excited. Even though COVID has surely changed our holiday plans, there is so much to be thankful for, right? So we hope you're counting your blessings. Now, I'm going to use coconut oil in the pan that I'm going to be putting the ahi tuna in. And so this is just my 13 or 14 inch cast iron. You want to make sure it's got a good layer of oil. I'm doing coconut oil because the profile of flavor I'm doing is very nice with coconut oil. So maybe about 2 tablespoons.
Very enough.
Fish easily sticks to the bottom of a pan. Okay, my garlic is good and toasted, roasted.
Let me see.
Sis, it's so hot. Don't jump to the pan. You see that's kind of browned and roasted? I like it when the garlic gets that toasty. Now I'm going to add kale. Now, if you're not a kale eater, I'm going to warn you first, kale is best when cooked. Don't you be going to eat your kale and just start eating it raw. It's harder to digest. Definitely cooking it also releases the nutrients, makes it healthier and more digestible. And this one is organic, came from Aldi's. Hey, I'm an Aldi's girl. And it's triple washed, ready to go. So easy peasy, right? I'm talking about a fast dinner. You do want to take the spines off. Let me find a spine.
And don't worry, greens are really good.
These thick spines. So when pulling a half bag, I have a half bag here. I already unspined, despined. So as I'm putting it in the bowl, I am just killing off the spines. Woo! Sounds nice and hot in that pan. Now the greens cook down so fast. I think because I'm talking so much, my 10 minutes is going to run out, isn't it? Ooh, we still have 5 minutes. We might make this happen. So right now, while I'm cooking down the kale, I am just tossing it around to get a lot of the heat. And it cooks so quickly. The parts on the bottom are already getting small. You can see what was a large pan is already shrinking to a small pan. That's what our greens do when we cook them up. Okay, so this kale, I'm also going to give a very generous dose of salt.
Kale's so good.
We use pink Himalayan sea salt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that is so generous. It looks around like a half teaspoon possibly. Okay, and then to the kale, while this is getting hot, I'm adding an entire bag. This one is from Walmart, organic riced cauliflower.
Walmart?
I am going to put the entire bag, it's frozen, into the kale. Cool, was that easy? So easy.
Some spilled in the back.
Some spilled in the back.
And greens are really good for you.
So I'm just going to stir it around. Now, the thing with cauliflowered rice, number one, if you don't like low-carb food and you really need a lot of carbs in your day because you are an athlete, because you work all the time, you're laborious, and you really need that carb load, then you could use a brown rice, even a white rice, I guess. But I use a cauliflowered rice. It's going to take the flavor of whatever you're doing with it. So I think it's not only an awesome swap because it's low carb, but it also tastes great. And you're not going to miss it when you're eating. So I've got this stirring in. Cauliflowered rice you can put directly on the pan, frozen.
Whoa.
And it's done when all of the frozen stuff has dissolved. There's no more water in the pan. So I got that cooking with the kale. All right, let's check our timer. Where is it? 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
7 minutes down. Usually cauliflower rice only takes about 4 minutes to cook. I seriously think I'm doing this dinner for you on camera. 10 minutes.
With kale.
So the oil is heating up in this cast iron, ready for the ahi tuna steaks. Here's what we're doing with the steaks. The flavor profile of this meal is going into the kale and cauliflower. So the steaks I'm making super simple and tasty, easy peasy, okay?
I'm making kale. It's really my favorite, and greens are good for you.
Greens are so good for you. I've got a cracker, what do you say, like when you crush the salt of pink Himalayan. So if you don't have something that can be set to a thick, coarse salt, because you can just modify how thick you want it by adjusting this, you would just use a coarse sea salt. Could be something like kosher salt or whatever. Generously salt. I'll show you when I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Generously salt these steaks. You see this?
Yeah, we had that last night.
Right, nice and generous, okay?
We had that last
And
night.
then I'm going to do the same with my cracked pepper. Get a little generous on there.
You put, wait, I ate one of those stuff.
You ate this and loved it, and you didn't ask Mommy if I put pepper on there. Last but not least, I tell you, if your kids don't watch you in the kitchen, they're going to eat everything you give them. It's when they start watching and learning that they might snoot their nose. And then last but not least, cayenne pepper. Almost gone here. Organic. That one's Simply Nature. Came from Aldi's. And I'm just dusting it with cayenne. Now, cayenne's got a lot of kick. It's not as hot as
Mom?
ancho.
Mom?
Hang on, I'm going to focus on this before you bump my arm, sis. I don't want this to get too spicy. You're not going to like it if it gets too hot. There we go.
Mom?
Yes, sis.
Why did you say that was from Walmart?
Here we go. Beautiful? Is that right? Okay. I'm just going to give this a little toss. Hang on, sis.
Why did you say the cauliflower?
Here, sis. This is a great value. Great value comes from Walmart.
But I thought it was
Okay.
from Publix.
Oh, well, we can shop everywhere if we want, right? You can shop at any store you want. I just tell you
Well,
where these things come from.
Just so you know, my mom bought the cauliflower rice at Publix because she totally forgot.
Mhm.
And don't forget about greens. They're really good for you.
Okay. So Publix also has awesome options for
Publix
you.
has to
And
see.
last but not least,
Yummy,
I'm
yummy,
adding
yummy.
in the very last element to this cauliflower and kale. What do you want to call it? Pilaf? I don't know what you want to call it. Which is green onion. And I'm going to save a little for topping,
Pilaf.
just for a little bit of presentation. And I'm chopping that in towards the end. Okay.
I'm gonna try that and that.
Beautiful. Okay, I think that pan is hot and ready to take these steaks. All right, what's the timer say, sis?
1.
Timer just dinged.
Echo, stop.
Our 10-minute mark, because I'm chatty and Joelle has too many questions. Okay, ready?
Too many
I'm putting
questions.
the seasoned side down. Get that pan nice and coated, because these could stick. Putting it down. Ooh, 1
I have too many
and
questions.
2 and 3.
Next.
Echo, set timer, 1 minute. You only want 1 minute on each side of these tuna steaks. Okay, while that side that I just seasoned is face down, I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing with the seasoning while it's on the pan, but get it on the other side because I had it on a plate. So now I'm doing it to the other side, which is now face up. There we go. There we go, and there we go. Beautiful. Stirring up the cauliflower kale. Time to season this. Yes, we have fresh garlic and fresh ginger in there, right? Now we're gonna go with a 1/2 tablespoon. If you don't have one of these, it says 1/2 tablespoon. You're gonna do 1 teaspoon and a 1/2 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons. And we're gonna use toasted sesame oil, all right? That's a 1/2 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil going on there. A little goes a long way with that. It is very strong in flavor. Echo, stop. We are flipping this. You do not want to overcook. I need flippers. You do not want to overcook the tuna. So get them flipping quick because tuna is best served rare or medium rare. I flipped them quick. Echo, set timer, 1 minute.
1 minute.
Sis, will you grab me paper towels, please?
Uh-huh.
Thank you. All right. So I already put the sesame oil in the kale and cauliflower. Now I'm doing coconut aminos.
That's just a spoon.
Coconut aminos, it's not soy sauce. It's healthier than soy sauce. If you're one for soy sauce, you're going to do tamari, which is healthier as well. Thank you.
I have glasses.
Can you go get me a couple more of these?
Yeah, I will. After I put my glasses away.
So we're going to rock that. Okay, and I'm just going to stir up the kale and cauliflower. It looks great. I'm going to show her to you. That kale cooked down. Is that beautiful? Ah, I think it looks amazing. All right, nutrition-wise, this is so low carb and so delicious. Echo, stop. All right, that was it. That was exactly 1 minute on each side of the tuna steak. You do want it to rest.
And it looks really good.
You want it to sit on the plate and rest. Do you see that it is rare on the inside, cooked on the outside, right? Now, if you're not one to eat tuna steak like this, you could do maybe an extra 30 seconds on each side. We're gonna let it rest. It's still gonna cook a little bit longer from the heat alone.
But what about the sides? They look weird.
That's because it's sushi grade. Okay, so you could cook it a little longer, 30 seconds each side, to get it more barely pink on the inside. When you're talking about keeping the nutrients in your food, whether that be a fish or a meat, so long as it's safe, because certain poultries are not safe to eat raw or near raw, but if it is a beef or even a bison or a fish that is sushi grade, you would want it not overly cooked. It gets drier, definitely harder to digest, and you lose the nutrients along the way. So this is perfect. Okay, we're gonna let that sit, and while we do, we're gonna prep our bowls.
And who did you vote for?
No, we don't talk about politics in this world, sis. We're not talking politics. It's all the rage right now, right? Everyone out there? Okay, so I'm going to dish this. Now, to me, this easily could be 3 small meals. Could have 3 tuna steaks there. My daughter's not eating much of this, so this, my husband and I for lunch can just share.
I'm eating this.
So I'm just gonna plate this and show you how beautiful it is.
You're eating it?
Well, not at this minute. I'm plating it. That means I'm putting the plate together. Okay, I'm letting that get off the heat so it's not too hot. And I might like to say to let this sit just a little longer, but for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and give her a cut. Cut and cut and cut. All right, so I'm gonna go along here and show you how thin I cut these. And, oh, it's so gorgeous. Ooh, so gorgeous. Once you cut it, I'll show you what I'm doing over here in a second. So dinner, you know, had we not been as chatty, would have been done in 10 minutes. Instead, it was 12. All right, so I thin sliced this, you see that? So that when I lay it down, and this, I mean, you could maybe consider this a warm salad. I really didn't know what to call this dish, except delicious. But it kind of would remind you of a warm salad. And I guess you call it a ginger garlic salad. And I'm just gonna let that tuna lay all pretty, just like that. Just like that. Okay, just to top it off, make it a little prettier, because who doesn't like a good looking, I'm just gonna put a couple more of these green onions. I just use my scissors and top that tuna. Let's take a look. Hello. So I might call this a warm salad, a warm tuna kale salad, because all of it's underneath our vegetables. So that's a salad to me, right? Just for the sake that we did roast them on the pan. So this meal is super nourishing, super filling, and you'd be shocked that you're not having a ton of rice. Again, if you did need the carbs in carb load for the sake of working out or your high energy or high labor, you could absolutely do that. But I'm just gonna take a nice bite with a mix of everything. Get some kale, get some cauliflower, and get some tuna. Let's see, I'm gonna take a piece down here because I can take a little piece there. Here we go. Cutting the tuna. You could use a knife, absolutely, but the tuna does come apart rather easily with a fork. As I say that, but I still am squirming to grab that bite. Ooh, ready, set, let's go. Okay. Not overly soyed. The ginger pops forward.
Well, what about this?
And the tuna is so pure to flavor.
I want to try the tuna.
So, here we go. Want a bite?
A tuna.
Come.
Is it hot?
Take a bite. Oh, get on camera. You like that? Was that yummy? Thumbs up. Thumbs up from the kids. I bet she'd like the kale if she took a bite too. You want to take a bite of the kale? Just kale. No cauliflower, even though she eats cauliflower. No, sis? Oh, it's good. If this recipe serves you, and you know it would serve someone, you know, share it to your wall. Comment below. Love the love. Share the love. next week's Thanksgiving. I'm so thankful for all of you. And I hope no matter how hard this year has been, you've been able to find a lot of gratitude in your life, a lot of things that are going wonderfully. And if not, create those things. Okay, that's my love and blessing to you. Thank you for tuning in. I'll post the link below if you'd like this recipe into your inbox, and you can make this for your family as well, or yourself if you're rolling solo. Lots of love, everyone. Have a wonderful Wellness Wednesday. Say bye.
And happy Thanksgiving.
And happy Thanksgiving next week.
Happy Christmas.
Take care.
Merry
We'll
Christmas.
see you before Christmas. Don't worry. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Bye.